century, Tisara Pereira. He's been around so long, you'd expect he'd have more half centuries. But batting like this, he's going to add on. 150 up for the Stallions as well.
51 of 27 balls is outstanding. He's given himself a little bit of room and he's hit that over extra cover. That is a really good shot. Held his shape for long and allowed his power to go through the ball.
I remember him doing this against South Africa, actually, Mickey, in your neck of the woods back in Kimberley in South Africa. Man of the match. Hammered South Africa at all parts of the ground. A similar sort of innings. That's a wide. That's what happens. Pressure on the bowler.
He's just put pressure on the bowler again.
Attacking early. The sun disappearing. It's 4:55 in the evening and the light starting to take effect here in Hambantota.
Straight to the man next to cover. What an extraordinary over that was. That is a massive over. 21 runs off that over. Brilliant stuff. 152 for 6.
16 gone, 4 remaining. And it's time for the strategic timeout. Strategy is crucial. The game has changed. 152 for 6.
मेरी टीम खेल रही है और आपकी माई 11 सर्कल पे अपनी टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ। खुद को चैंप समझते हो तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस। डाउनलोड माई 11 सर्कल ऐप नाउ।
सोनी लिव लाया है फ्री गेम्स का खजाना। लाइव टूर्नामेंट्स का सेंसेशन। इट्स गेमिंग का अल्टीमेट डेस्टिनेशन। Just play and win. और जीतो लाखों के कैश प्राइजेस हर दिन. Only on Sony Live app.
घर गिरवी, बीवी खफा, किस्मत के ताले बंद और जिंदगी झंड। पर झंड मनुष्य के योग को भी संयोग मिल जाए तो उसकी दशा और दिशा दोनों बदल जाते हैं।
पार्थ, तुम्हारा लक्ष्य चूकना नहीं।
मेरी जाने मन को मारा, फिर मेरे पैसे लेके भाग गया। पूरे 5 करोड़।
अरे साले पड़ोसी को मार के आए हो।
इसे मैं देख लूंगा, मेरी दक्षिणा तैयार रखना।
अगर तुझे इतना सारा पैसा मिले तो क्या करेगी?
तुझे छोड़ के भाग जाऊं।
मेरे पास एक बढ़िया लाइफ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी। सर, मरने पे 5 करोड़ मिलेंगे।
बीवी के मरने पे मुझे?
आपके मरने पे बीवी।
चल पहुंच।
तो पैसे राहुल के पास है।
राहुल को पकड़ सकते हैं
हम? तुम? कौन, मैं?
हाँ तुम, बस तुम।
उफ़।
And we've got 4 overs to go. Now, the average score so far in the last 4 overs scored in this tournament has been 52 runs. There's still 4 wickets in hand, so if they do that, it will take them past that 200 mark. Ali back into the attack now. He's got 1 remaining. 1 for 29, his return at this stage. It's a different picture. They've gone from, after just under 5 overs, they were 36 for 4, the Stallions. Halfway through the 9th, they were 64 for 5. Now 152 for 6. Thick edge, fine. Third man is in position. Oh, and it's gone for 4 too. There's a unforced error.
Swing hard. That flew off the edge of Tabalan. Could have really done better, but good decision from Dasun Shanak. I've actually been impressed with his captaincy. Yes, Anwar Ali is his main bowler. Lahiru Kumara has 1 over. He's not held them back to the death because he needs a wicket here. Hasaranga Thisara Perera, he breaks this partnership. Then it's Binura Fernando, and then your mates Duan Olithia and Shinwari, who aren't great with the bat. So that's a very positive way of thinking. He's taking a bit of a chance here, but that's the way to go.
Nicely bowled, short ball. That's good work. I tell you what, so far this game, 1 ball in the 17th over, it's been a game of emotion.
Game is about emotions, the ups and downs. That's what we love.
Good look onto the leg side. He's seen that gap. Round about the square leg. Set it straighter than that. Might be able to come back for the second. Oh, that's really good fielding. That is outstanding fielding.
Yeah, I like seeing that because generally the standard of fielding hasn't been great. Apart from 1 or 2 great stops, etc., the whole tournament hasn't lived up to expectation, and that is a non-negotiable for any professional cricketer. They've got to be able to field.
Yeah, Lahiru Madhushankar it was, had to sprint about 15-20 meters and attack the ball. Hasaranga, 12 off 6. Such a positive cricketer. So good to have in your team. This partnership, 42 off 19.
Sarunga now on strike, down the ground, try and get Pereira back on strike. They know that he's the damaging player. Oh, it's a fumble, good awareness. Doubling up.
Run the first run hard, they say. There was a knock on your back. Pereira the star.
Oh.
The ball in the slot. Pereira's there to smack it past you. It's about his base, isn't it? That's what he's been working on. He's always been powerful. The moment you get a strong base, you're more in control.
That just allows you to get your weight through the ball, which he did so well, and that was so beautifully illustrated in that little package we saw.
2 balls left in the over. Oh, that's nicely played. Gave himself better room, smacked it over the top, and he's grabbed 6.
50 partnership in 21 balls. How good has it been? Wanindu Hasaranga, well, we showed you about the slot to Thisara Perera. Now do one of those for me. That's what Hasaranga seems to say.
He is such a talented and good cricketer, this boy. He's a genius with the ball. He's incredible in the field, and he can finish off so well. Such an asset for the Sri Lankan cricket team.
Cameos in T20 cricket make a huge difference. 20 off 6. Correction, 20 off 8. Slice that away. Got himself a boundary to finish. That ends up being a really good over as well. 17 from it, off the 17th over, 169 for 6.
पिच तैयार है, 30 minutes to go. My 11 circle पे टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ. चैंप समझते हो? तो play with champions. Download My 11 circle app now.
आज के दौर में the circus is dying. इसीलिए हम circus को बंद करने वाले हैं.
तुम क्या करोगे? अपना circus खोलेंगे सर.
वाह, इससे बड़ा सर्कस है.
सर्कस में पैदा हुए हैं. सब करेंगे हम. रुपया भी कमाएंगे, तंबू भी गाड़ेंगे, टिकट भी बेचेंगे, परफॉर्म भी करेंगे. और सर्कस जरूर बनाएंगे. खुद का सर्कस.
Three overs remaining, 53 runs off the last 3 overs. Out That's how well they're going at the moment.
Wonderful batting. Down the ground he went the previous delivery. This one opens the face of the bat, using the pace of Anwar Ali. 4 overs for 46 to Anwar Ali, but the experiment, all the positive decision Shanaka took didn't work in their favour.
That is beautifully bowled. That really is nicely bowled.
1 over for 4 from Alam. But he's just coming back for his seconds. He's not going to get his quota in.
No, he's not. I just want to go back to that shot, Hasaranga. So Hasaranga, we had mid-off up. Hasaranga has hit over mid-off, which has gone for 4.
Just a quick look at the My 11 Circle MVP of the tournament. Those scores are collective scores, by the way, up until now. This is voting and points awarded via the app. Let's have a look and see who's at the top. There we go, Gabbar's birthday boy the other day as well. Andre Russell just behind him. Russell Pereira, Gunaratne, and Dinesh Chandamal played so nicely. He's at number 5, but Gabbar's top of the pops.
If I can just go back to that story. So they had mid-off up. He went over mid-off. The captain then had to push mid-off back to long-off, which brought third man up. The next ball went to third man for 4. Great batting, and that's spreading the field.
On the wicket. Tickle through to the keeper. That's what they needed. They needed to break that partnership. Really good stand has been finished.
Brilliant bowling. We spoke about the slower bouncer. Bowl it into the wicket, and that's exactly what Aftab Alam did. Now, looking at him bowl, why hasn't he bowled more? Birthday boy strikes. Birthday boys keep striking for the Dambulla Viking. Samit Patel, and now Aftab Alam. But a wonderful knock, a great cameo from the Wanindu Hasaranga, 24 of 10. Stallions are 170 for 7.
डिसीजन पेंडिंग है, पर तुम्हारा डिसीजन अभी ले लो। My 11 सर्कल पे अपनी टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ। खुद को चैंप समझते हो? तो play with champions. Download My 11 Circle app now.
Come on, get out now. You never win with violence. You only win when you maintain your dignity.
अगर तुझे इतना सारा पैसा मिले तो क्या करेगी?
तुझे छोड़ के भाग जाऊं।
पैसे राहुल के पास है।
राहुल को पकड़ सकते हैं
हम? तुम? कौन मैं?
हाँ तुम, बस तुम।
उफ।
As Fernando comes in, there's a couple of things to watch here. Halfway through the 18th over. Got to try and get Pereira back on strike, obviously, but whatever Fernando can get is also important because we're getting near the end. So that's okay, it's just 1. Pereira will be happy with that.
Good from Alam, he went for the Yorker. Fast and straight. Mr. Jayanta Dharmadasa, Vice President of Sri Lanka Cricket, in charge of international cricket. Very pleased with what they see out here.
And the other thing for the Viking team is if they can keep picking up wickets, that's the way they're going to curb this aggressive attack at the end.
14 balls remain in the innings. Just 2 runs and a wicket for Aftab Alam in this over.
Straight to the man next to cover, no run.
So good. So good, just not allowing Thisara Pereira to get underneath it, and that's not easy. Bowling it into the wicket, running those fingers over. 111 Ks. Good option on this pitch.
It's a really good option. He's been exceptional at it. He's bowled really well. After Alam.
Again, beautifully bowled, just 1. That is outstanding. That's nice and tight. Just 3 runs from that over and a wicket. Superb. 172 for 7.
पिच तैयार है, 30 minutes to go. My 11 circle पे टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ. चैम्प समझते हो? तो play with champions. Download My 11 circle app now.
Hope is a dangerous thing.
They're walking into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't get there in time, we will lose 1,600 men. Your brother among them.
Lairu Kumara, an alarm to finish off. 2 overs to go. Tisara Pereira's zone. He will be the difference between 200 on the board or maybe even 175, 180. Deep mid, deep square leg, long on. Third man and a sweeper on the cover boundary. 5 in the deep for Lairu Kumara.
He's got that away and he's got it away 5. And that's 4. That is a good way to start the over. That's not a good ball first up.
No, he'll be disappointed with that. With the way he set his field, he'll want to be hit out onto the leg side. He's tried to change pace.
Captain's knock. Played his own game, came in under pressure. But he's been really good to watch and heartening, especially for the likes of Mickey Arthur, that he's showing a lot of maturity. Needs 2 more to get to 3,500 T20 runs. Tisara Pereira.
19th overs, or 19 over in T20 games. Certainly has a way of just providing surprises.
It's going to try and be fuller. Square leg comes in, long off, goes out.
It's got underneath that. It's not going to go all the way, or is it?
It does. Champion shot. Champion shot. My 11 circle. Champion shot. Goes past 3,500 T20 runs. Tisara Pereira. The score's up to 180. The Stallions are breaking their reins.
They certainly are, and it's fantastic to Tisara Pereira. He got himself in. He's deserved this opportunity now to finish this innings off for the Jaffna Stallions.
In other words, he's earned his right.
He has earned the right. Lairu Kumara with the field. He's got a deep mid-wicket. He's got a deep long on. He's got a deep long off. He wants to be straighter than he was that last ball.
Speaking of deep, I want to see how deep Pereira's batting in his crease.
He wants square leg back again. Long off is back in. So he's not happy with the fuller length.
No, it's his normal stance. We saw no Russell with both feet behind the crease. That's high, and it's gone far enough as well. That's gone for 6.
He wants to be, with his field, he wants to be hit on the leg side, but he's got to get his length right. He's got to get it full. That's just too short. Allows Tisara Pereira to pull it away over the deep square leg boundary.
I was talking about the 19th over, boys. The 19th over so far, halfway through it, was already gone for 14 runs.
Pace on the ball, going into the batsman's arc. That's what's happening. Aftab Alam showing exactly how to do it. And this is a Pereira, having batted right now, will know what instructions to give his bowlers as well to get the most out of this pitch.
I tell you what I like about that picture. It looked like Kamara knew exactly what he wanted to do next. He realised that he's not getting the ball, he's a bit deeper now. He's not getting the best of things right now when he's bowling to Pereira. but he was getting advice from all over the place. It looked like he knew what he wanted to do, and therefore he was the one who was asking for the various positions.
He's going to use that angle across the left-hander. Fielders in the deep on the offside, two of them.
Oh, he's underneath that, and he's hammered it. That is right out of the middle again. This is outstanding. This really is brilliant stuff from the skipper.
Stand and deliver for Tessara Pereira. The one thing with that Tessara, there he goes, Tessara Pereira. Beautiful shot. Bat through the ball, weight through the ball. That's awesome to see.
Hold your pose for the snappers.
Good shots, not slogs. Wherever he's playing it, and that's a big difference in Pereira. Very, very good.
2 balls left. Oh, he's got underneath that as well. He's hammered that for 6 too. Magnificent.
Tessara Pereira. Well, we spoke about it on air, off air actually. We were thinking 160, but Tessara played like he needed 200. He's got them there. And in the meantime, he's gone to 85. That score in T20 cricket. 84 was his previous highest. He bats down the order, remember, he doesn't really get opportunity. Could he get to 100? He certainly can. Single off this ball, take the strike off the last over.
He's got on his bat. A ton on his bat. Oh, that's solid again, and that's gone for 4. That is the highest over in this tournament. Magnificent stuff. Brings up to 200 as well. This is outstanding. No wonder they're smiling. 19 gone, massive. 30 from it, 202 for 7.
डिसीजन पेंडिंग है, पर तुम्हारा डिसीजन अभी ले लो। माई 11 सर्कल पे अपनी टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ। खुद को चैंप समझते हो? तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस। डाउनलोड माई 11 सर्कल ऐप नाउ।
Hello, Alex. Your uncle was a spy. And I think you are too.
Alex is bright and determined, and he questions everything.
Alex.
People want you to be someone that you're not. You're Alex.
There's a skyscraper on that graph, right at the far right. Okay, we've got 1 over left now in this innings. Have a look at this stuff. This was the last over. Listen to the sound off the bat too. Strong. That was superb.
Good shots, just good shots. Playing through the line on most of those occasions. There are a lot of shots down the ground which will actually please him. Binura Fernando just needs to get off strike.
6 balls remaining. He's had a go at that, and he's got 6 runs.
Well, if he can play shots like that, why get off strike?
Quite right, Russ.
But the captain will be telling, get me on strike. I'm on 89.
But what a phenomenal shot there from Binura Fernando. We all thinking he's going to go 1, and he's hit it out the ground for 6.
He's doing the right thing, isn't he? He's going to get as many runs as possible in this last over. Even though Pereira would love to be on strike, but if he can get some boundaries like that, that certainly helps the cause as well.
Oh. He's very tall. Left-arm seamer gets extra bounce. A couple of balls ago. Would you say he used his feet?
It's just the length. The length allowed him to swivel and get his bat through the ball.
And he's tall. Good luck bowling a bouncer to him.
.219 is the highest score so far in the tournament. Both teams got it in game 1. Sent us to that super over. There's a single. Skipper back on strike for the last 3.
The rate that he's going, he should be able to get to that 3-figure mark. But Aftab has been very different to the others. Wonderful bowling, great bowling for this situation.
Yeah, Tessara Pereira is thinking 2 hits. I'm 2 hits away. I've got 3 balls to get 2 hits into them to get to my 100.
Where will he go? The field though. Third man. Sweeper on the cover boundary. Long off comes into the circle and there are 3 in the deep. Around the wicket goes Alam. Long on, mid-wicket, deep square leg. Where's this going to go? He's going to try go down the ground for sure. Hit through the line.
Oh, it's pulled wide. Bowler's not happy with that.
The call came from square leg.
I wonder about the call though. Let's have a look. We've got cameras everywhere. It's got to be above the helmet, standing upright.
It's marginal, but fair enough. You cannot fault the umpire.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Standing upright, I'm not sure that should have been called.
Well, we called it saying to hit through the line. You bowl that length. You're not giving that opportunity. Long off is gone out because he can't bowl a bouncer now. Square leg comes in. He's got to be fuller. That was one above the shoulder. Wideish Yorker. That's the way to go. Make Tissara Perera fetch it. Point goes to the boundary. Third man comes in.
Still 3 balls remaining. It's nicely bowled. Good hand on it too.
Breath of fresh air. The bowling of Aftab Alam. It can be done. It certainly can be done. Straight into the body. Right on that block hole.
Yeah, length, length, length. Length is the key, and that's something that Lahiri Kumara missed, was his length. Aftab Alam's done it very well.
Oh, he's got underneath that one, and that's been hammered for 6. It's exactly what he's trying not to do.
He was executing it really well, Aftab Alam, but it's hard. Hardly any margin for error. Tissara Perera's onto it in a flash. Into the 90s he goes, 1 hit away from 100. He deserves it. He deserves it.
He does, and he's got 1 ball to get it in.
Game within a game, and he's had a good look on the leg side. Hit that one, just drafted a little bit on the leg side. Last ball, can hit for 6 to get to 100. No, bottom edge. Thinking about 2 though.
Well bowled, very well bowled. 218 for 7. What a player, Tissara Perera. What a knock. 3 overs, 1 for 20. Why hasn't he finished his 4, Aftab Alam? So good. Showing everyone how it's to be done. But Tissara Perera showed everyone what he can do. .147 for 1 at the 15th over. 71 runs in the last 5 overs. .122 in the last 10 overs. Tissara Perera came in under pressure at 64 for 5 in the 9th. Look at where he's taken the team to.
Let's not forget the contribution of the De Silva brothers. They were both fantastic. They played exceptionally well and allowed Tissara Perera to take the game on at the end.
Malik looked good too, strangled down the leg side, but Chaturanga De Silva promoted, played a fantastic role to set it up for Tissara Perera and Wanindu Hasaranga. 218 for 7, you would never have thought they'd get there.
I know you mentioned that figure, Russ, 64 for 5 in the 9th, but they were 4 wickets down for 36 only. I mean, what a turnaround. This is just quite extraordinary from the Stallions.
Samit Patel, 2 for 26 off 3. Aftab Alam, 1 for 22 off 3. Have the Dambulla Viking missed a trick there.
Okay, we have got some work to be done so far in this game. Viking need 219 runs to win, and their atmosphere in the change room won't be great right now, I'd imagine, and of course they've got 20 overs to get them from.
हेड और टेल्स ही देखते रहोगे कि अपनी टीम भी बनाओ। माई 11 सर्कल पे अपनी टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ। खुद को चैंप समझते हो तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस। डाउनलोड माई 11 सर्कल ऐप नाउ।
आपकी परवाह करने वाले करते हैं सीधी बात, जैसे करता है IIFL फाइनेंस।
IIFL गोल्ड लोन, ब्रांच में सोना दो, 5 मिनट में पैसा लो। ज्यादा लोन की रकम, झंझट सबसे कम। IIFL फाइनेंस, सीधी बात।
Come on, get out now.
Long way off the bat from Pereira. 97 off 44 balls. He was the star for the Stallions after they were in a lot of trouble earlier. 218 for 7 is magnificent after 20 overs from that position they were in right at the start after almost 5 overs when they were 4 down for just 30. Let's have a look at some of this action. There we go. Just, we're falling right at the start. That was a brilliant catch behind by Dick Weller. And you can see, just watch the atmosphere of the Stallions. They were disappointed about this, and the Viking were ecstatic. Birthday boy Patel picked up a couple of really important wickets. That was a little bit fortunate. Shoaib Malik down the leg side. And then things just started to change a little bit. A couple of good shots. And Suddenly the captain got on strike and he started to bunt a few. He started to run a couple around the place. He arrived at the crease when they were 64 for 5, did Tesoro Pereira.
Oh, yes, yes.
That was out with the elbow assistance as well. And a little bit of movement down the ground. Off the willow, and these shots were really powerful. This was an exhibition of note from Pereira. That was his 50. He wasn't finished. Still wanted to play some more shots. Had a couple of mates also that assisted him along the way. And this is when Pereira decided that he was going to take over and get past that 200 mark. 1 over went for 30 runs, which was quite brilliant. And we really saw a charge from the Stallions captain. There they are, just about ready to come out. Very impressive so far. Boys, what are your thoughts?
Impressive batting, more so from the captain, Tesoro Pereira. But I also think in different bowling. Bowlers not clear with their plans. Their lengths being wrong at the wrong phase of the innings. And we wonder with the bowling changes as well, spinners not being used out. Samit Patel still had an over after Alam as well. Only bowled 3 overs. He was the best of the seamers.
In the competition so far, not in this game alone. Those Yorkers, the conditions, he read it well, bowling the slower bounce, so bowling it into the pitch, varied it well. Usman Khan Shinwari in for Kyle Abbott. That's the only change the Jaffna Stallions have made. Well, they got a score that they would never have dreamt of to defend here.
No, not at all. Not at all. They thought they were in a lot of trouble. At one stage, we were talking about the 130, 140 mark.
We are talking about after Alam. Look how he was in terms of his lengths. He was in that Yorker region, which made it very difficult for the opposition to score. And when he bowled short, he took pace off the ball.
That was over 18 and 20. At a time when batsmen are going berserk, and in here in Hambantota, the last 4 overs, an average of 52 to 55 runs have been scored.
Just looking at that Hawkeye, there's a lot of the players around the place these days who now copy what Malinga used to do and still does, by putting his shoe down and just bowling at a spot on the pitch rather than bowling the nets. So I wonder, I think that's improving the Yorker situation, and bowlers these days are tending to do that more and more and more to try and get that right.
Well, it must be uppermost in the minds of all the coaches in this tournament, even the bowlers. If you're playing T20 cricket and you have the responsibility to bowl in the depth, you must be proficient with bowling a Yorker. Whether it's an attacking Yorker, where it ends up on the stumps, or it's a defensive Yorker, where it ends up wide on that off-stump line.
Right, let's see how the Viking go.
These two can go. Niroshan Dikwella and Paul Sterling from Ireland can all hit a ball. So this game is far from over. If one of these two get going, the Dambulla Viking can make the Stallions sweat for their win. But you've got to say, runs on the board.
The first game of this tournament went to super over. Candy Tuskers, Colombo Kings, 219 was the score.
A night game. I'd like to highlight the fact that there won't be dew affecting the bowling attack here. So you think the spinners and bowlers will have a better grip of that ball? Unlike at night when there are more challenges.
Yeah, that'll definitely assist them, that's for sure. But they've got Sterling in form. Strike rate's good. He's been a good performer of late as well. So Dambulla played, I think, pretty well for his 25 the other night, but just threw it away. It was a really loose, soft shot, which sent him back to the pavilion. It'll be interesting to watch Shinwari here, getting a run. Carl Abbott, who looked short of a gallop on the sidelines tonight, but of course they front up again tomorrow, the Stallions.
Back-to-back games, plenty of them. So keeping your bowlers fresh and ready to go is also a way forward. There's one slipper waiting. Deep square leg, deep third man. Usman Khan Shinwari.
Oh, that's nicely bowled. It's a bustling action. Strong.
I like his action. Reminds me of Umar Gul all the time, but a left-arm version from the same area in Pakistan. And very different type of bowler, very skiddy. Gets on a roll, bowls wicket to wicket, has a good yorker.
He'll be relishing the opportunity. They need a good start. That is so important when you're trying to track down this sort of total. Oh, he's hit him right on the helmet.
Premeditation. Not quite sure this should be the approach. Very early in the innings. Roshan Dickwella hasn't really seen a lot of deliveries to attempt this one.
I think Dickwella's dentist just fell off his chair.
But that's what Dickwella does. Sometimes in the first ball of a game, he will try that. His main strength is using the pace of the ball.
It's good to see the umpires actually get involved pretty quickly. There's obviously a concussion protocol which needs to happen just to make sure he's okay.
It's actually just nicked him. This is a... No, it's hit him.
Maybe not, yeah. It's a bit of a clunk.
But he looks good. He looks strong. The smile is out. Niroshan Dickwella.
He's already lost one opening partner, Roshan Dickwella. Fernando, being injured, rolled his ankles in that first game. Paul Stirling coming into the side at the top of the innings.
Just for the noise.
Hit the grill, didn't it?
Yeah, you notice the umpires were involved pretty quickly. They would have had a good look and assessed him visually. Then the medical staff came out, and between the three of them, and obviously Dickwella as well, when maybe a question or two asked to make sure he's okay to continue. So, as far as we're aware, all good. And that's better. That's a much better shot rather than trying to hit it off your helmet.
What's more importantly to note in that particular shot is he got hit on the head the ball before. But his presence of mind, all 100% just leans into it. Wonderful timing. Perfect from Niroshan Dickwella. My 11th circle, champion shot for sure to start the innings.
What I think is much more important is the fact that when you play shots on this surface, you get value for them because of the quickness of the outfield, so you don't have to think about too much muscle. If you're a timer of the cricket ball, keep your shape, look for the gaps. That's most crucial as a batsman.
That's good work by Moores. I think there's a bit of a fight that involved. Have to wait and see if there's any connection from the umpire or any work from the umpire signalling that. No, he's giving us runs.
So that would mean it's nicked the glove. Moores had a long way to go. Brilliant keeping. Checking his jaw out.
Bitter glove. He was aiming square, so chance, although it being a difficult one, had to dive, had to hit the right part of the glove to stick.
That little webbing, it needed to stick really, but he did everything right. Tom Moores
just didn't have long enough arms. Sterling now.
Didn't play in the first game. In for Osha the Fernando.
Only 2 allowed outside the circle in the first 6 overs.
You put this down as a chance. No glove. No glove at all. It's thigh pad. But it was signal runs by the umpire. So if it had stuck, umpire Ruchira Palyaguruge upstairs would have been called into it for sure.
Yeah, straight away. Allowed DRS and T20s. We've got that. Enthusiastic shout. And that's gone for overthrows, and Shinwari cannot believe what's happened there.
In that angle, it's very difficult to get the LBW decision because it has to be pitching outside leg stump. Shinwari is not the type of bowler who'll swing it back in. But Hasaranga going for the stumps has given away 4 runs. He's taken it. He's asked for it.
Oh, I think he was too late, wasn't he? I think time was up there. I'm not sure that should have been allowed.
But the call will come from upstairs. The timer is upstairs with the third umpire.
No issue with the legality of the delivery. There was some consultation with Tessara Pereira and Tom Moores, the keeper, so definitely you would think that there was a plan. Looked like it pitched outside the line of leg stump, Russell.
It has to, because Shinwari doesn't swing it back in. So to hit it on the pads and go onto the stumps, it has to pitch outside leg stump. And if it pitches outside leg stump,
and he delivers from wide as well,
you cannot give it out.
This will tell the story straight away.
That's really disappointing. A review wasted there. Jaffna Stallions.
And there's the 4-leg buys as well. So that's the bonus. So 1 over gone, 9 for no loss.
मेरी टीम खेल रही है और आपकी माई 11 सर्कल पे अपनी टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ। खुद को चैंप समझते हो तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस। डाउनलोड माई 11 सर्कल ऐप नाउ।
सोनी लिव लाया है फ्री गेम्स का खजाना। लाइव टूर्नामेंट्स का सेंसेशन। इट्स गेमिंग का अल्टीमेट डेस्टिनेशन। Just play and win. और जीतो लाखों के कैश प्राइजेस हर दिन. Only on Sony Live app.
They come in at number 3, Alam at 4. Sumit Patel will be handy in the middle. He played very well the other night with the Willow. Sumit Patel got a quick fire 50.
Binura Fernando was pretty impressive in the first outing. Gotten a lot fitter, gotten a lot stronger. Attitude has changed with maturity. Fine leg and deep square leg. 2 in the deep. That's because Dick Weller plays the lap sweep, the scoop. But he also can play shots like this.
That was a superb stroke, really was. And as you said, Russ, it was the ball after he got smacked on the lid, on the badge, almost. You might have heard the call of two. Early call from Dambulla, hustling back for the second. Gee, I bet you've had some fun earlier today if you happen to download that app. If you haven't downloaded that My 11 Circle app, you need to do that. You can then select, you can make your team, play with the champions, and have lots of fun with that. All about your selection, who you would like in your team.
Well, through all the mayhem in that last ball of the last over.
Oh, a bit of movement. And that's ended up actually on his offside. Not too sure. Is it the back of the bat, maybe?
So unfortunate for Binura Fernando. He actually defeated Dambulla. Dambulla going across his crease. And just has a swipe, a top edge flies away. He's got no clue where it's gone. But he'll take the 6. So the runs have started flowing for the Dambulla Viking. Slower ball. So there was an opportunity for a run out. And the fielder at point had a go which went for 4. It would be really interesting to see if there certainly was an opportunity or over enthusiasm from the fielder's point of view. Couple of balls ago.
I'm still trying to work out how he got it over there.
Fernando is quite tall, and with the left-arm angle, you think he will try to top the batsman up. Paul Stirling is very strong square of the wicket. He's got 9 ODI centuries. I saw him score 100 against the West Indies, so length will be important. There he goes, trying to play that one square, so it's going to be crucial for them to ensure they pick wicket up in the power play overs.
And also it's the right ploy, Darren. Looking at how the first innings went, when the ball got softer, you started taking the pace off the ball, it was getting harder. So with the field restrictions, you're chasing almost 11 runs and over. You need to capitalize. You need to close that gap. So this is the way to go.
Bottom edge. I think we've got a bit of a light show about to happen in Hambantota today. All sorts of colours around the place as well. There's a shot from our drone, which is hovering all over the place. Drones provide amazing shots for the game of cricket. Look at these nice shots.
.5:45 in the evening. There's always lovely pictures, lovely scenes with the sun disappearing. Yeah, deep mid wicket goes out. Sterling just seems to prefer to go in that direction. Last ball of the over. Mickey Arthur would be saying the most important delivery. You've got to focus. Make sure you finish strong. 2 slower balls from Binura Fernando is showing that he has variations.
I think Sterling's just trying a little bit too hard here. He's getting a bit anxious. End of the over. 9 from it, 18 for none.
डिसीजन पेंडिंग है, पर तुम्हारा डिसीजन अभी ले लो। My 11 सर्कल पे अपनी टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ। खुद को चैंप समझते हो? तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस। डाउनलोड My 11 सर्कल ऐप नाउ।
कमिटमेंट करने के लिए करनी पड़ती है सीधी बात, जैसे करता है IIFL फाइनेंस। IIFL होम लोन, घर आपका, लोन हमारा। लोन सिर्फ 3 दिन में, ब्याज भी कम, पेपर वर्क भी कम। IIFL फाइनेंस, सीधी बात।
That's the equation. Just over 200 to get. It's a lot of runs. Dickwell has been moving very well so far in this innings.
Last ball of the first over. He was well in. So the captain, when he sees that, will be very disappointed. Why the fielder at point? That was Wanindu Hasaranga had a go at the stumps. It went for 4 overthrows.
The bowler wasn't too impressed, that's for sure.
Bowler didn't know what was happening. He called for the DRS, something that was pitching 2 feet outside leg stump.
Exactly right. He's gone for the big shout and then suddenly turned around and saw the ball travelling over the boundary line. What's happening?
Look at that scorecard. Malik 23, Chaturanga De Silva 29.
Oh, he's picked that up, and that's flat, and it's 6.
Hit it with the angle. Too short, too straight. Not quite sure that's the line that he wanted. He'll take it nonetheless. And that's a good welcome 6. 24 without loss already.
This is his strength, using the pace. On the offside, on the leg side. Niroshan Dickwell. Tisara Pereira's 97 not out. Hasaranga chipped in with 24.
This has got extraordinary. Almost blood red in some areas. Amazing. Oh, he's tried to give himself some room. Again, it's just a normal pace delivery from Shimwari. This is the story of the first innings. Wickets right at the start. 6 of them actually going down pretty quickly. That was a bit of a gift, Shoaib Malik. That was also a bit of a gift. Trying to repeat the shot before that went for a boundary. And then Tisara Fernando smoked him.
It was 4 for 40 in that first innings after the first 6 overs, and then the recovery started. Middle overs, just about 11 runs were scored per over. And then the last 17.4 runs per over in the last 5. It was quite impressive, and this man was key to that total of 218.
Tries a catch it. He said it's straight to the man in mid-off. That's another soft dismissal. He did it the other night. He's done it again tonight.
Shinwari doing the right thing. Trying to force Dickwell to hit down the ground. That's not his strength. Going over in that direction. He's good at using the pace. And that's what you do to batsmen. Force them to hit in areas that they are not strong. That's a big blow for the Dambulla Viking. Niroshan Dickwell. Walks back. He's gone for 20, Niroshan Dickwell. They're 24 for 1.
मेरी टीम खेल रही है और आपकी माई 11 सर्कल पे अपनी टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ। खुद को चैंप समझते हो तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस। डाउनलोड माई 11 सर्कल ऐप नाउ।
DuPont is knowingly poisoning 70,000 local residents for the last 40 years. Our government is captive to DuPont. They're trying to force you to make me stop.
There's another lovely shot of the sky here in Hamban Toto. Turanga. There's the next man in. Just over 3,200 runs. High score of 124 not out. He's a very capable batsman.